You may be looking for advice on how to get breastfeeding off to the best start. My first piece of advice is to give yourself some room to learn, make mistakes, and get better at a new skill. It may come naturally, but you also might encounter some difficulties or just need to learn some tweaks on how to get your positioning to be a little bit better so that you and your baby are comfortable. The other thing I would want you to know is that breastfeeding should not hurt. This is one of those things that you hear that's passed down and passed around, that it hurts in the beginning, that it's normal to have cracks and bleeding, but it simply isn't true. If you're experiencing these things, reach out to an IBCLC. There is help for you. Another piece of advice for you would be to start at the beginning. That means when they lay that baby on your chest, skin to skin, to use that as a trigger to help your baby know to feed. Anytime you feed your baby during that learning period, get skin to skin. That means baby's just wearing a diaper. This means that their body is touching yours and that you're hugged in very close. No matter what position you're in, your baby's belly should always be touching your belly, and their chest should be touching your chest. When you're feeding your newborn, it's really important to follow their cues. They're gonna tell you when it's time to eat. So if they're moving their head, opening or closing their mouth, moving their body a little bit, starting to make a little noise, you need to get them to the breast. It's much easier to latch a baby who's ready to feed than a baby that is hangry. So get them there early and prevent that problem entirely. The next thing I would say is to offer both sides. That's a really good way to get breastfeeding off to a start. Even if they fall asleep, burp, change their diaper, and offer the other side. Lastly, you'll want to know if your baby is getting enough to eat. It's normal for newborns to feed 10 to 12 or even more times a day. Watch their diapers to tell you if they're getting enough to eat. Do they have enough wet and poopy diapers each day? Count and keep track. They follow the day of life generally. So day 1, they have 1 wet and 1 poopy. Day 2, 2 poopy, 2 wet. And it goes on up to about day 6, where after that, it's about 7 to 8 plus wet and 2 to 3 or more poopy diapers.